Should you take back someone that left you for someone else? That is the question that I'm putting before you. Let's say that you are a good man or a good woman, and this individual left you for someone else. Or on the flip side of the coin, let's say that you were not so good of a good man or woman, and that person decided to leave you for someone else. Now, let's put a little twist into it and let's make this very interesting. Let's put this into the equation. You verbally, you verbalize that you are in a serious and committed relationship, which possibly may be a covenant relationship. Now, let's look at both scenarios so you can see where I'm coming from. I'm about to expound and not explain these two scenarios to you. Number one, he or she left you for someone else, and you are not so good of a person to be in a relationship with. Now you know, if you filed up in a relationship and you verbally committed and was serious about the relationship, you had agreement with that person, and you decided to go astray or whatever foul thing you did, and that person decided to leave the relationship and be with someone else, you do not have any type of what is called leverage. You are at the discretion of that person whether or not he or she decide to want to deal back with you. Like I said, you don't have no type of leverage because you filed up. So do not try to justify why you did what you did and why that person did what he or she did. That person had a right to do what he or she did, especially if they were not in a covenant relationship with you to go and enter into another relationship. You at the discretion of that person and at the good grace of that person. So if that person decide to give you another opportunity, and you know that that man or woman is a good man or woman, you are fortunate and you are blessed. Don't file it up anymore. Grow up and be a good man or a good woman. And then in the second scenario, he or she left you for someone else, but are, you are a good man or a woman, and he or she left you for someone else. Now, who has the leverage? You have the leverage to decide whether or not you want to entertain being in a relationship with that individual. You have verbally said that you were serious and you were committed to that person, you possibly in a covenant relationship. When you verbalize that you are in a serious committed relationship, especially if the relationship is a covenant relationship, that's the key thing, whether you were in a covenant relationship being married or not. You have to really weigh that type of situation down. But if you know that that man or woman is a good man or woman, and it's at your discretion, okay? So you have to look at it like you are an accountant. You got to look at the balance sheet and see what that person be an asset or what is called a liability. And based on that, you need to make a decision. Whatever way you go, you need to forgive that person and not be bitter. That's a key thing. You have to forgive the person. Whether or not you decide to entertain, bring that person back into your life or not, you should not be bitter towards that man or woman, okay? So if you are a good man or woman, you need what is called wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and discernment. The only way that you can get those four elements, you have to have the Spirit of God residing in you. And you have to ask God to give you wisdom on what to do, because you really don't know. God sees the whole parade while you see part of the parade. As it is written in the book of James, chapter 1:5, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask God that give to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given to him. So, my friends, when it comes to whether or not you want to bring this man or woman back into your life, especially if you're a good man or woman and you didn't do anything foul, you need to ask God for what is called wisdom. Remember this, believe this, say la vie, and amen.